Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to Afternoona Delight, where Leah, Megan, and Amy, romance novelists, and your K-romance guides. So grab some dekboki and listen to your new favorite unnies.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Leah Riley here.
Hello, it's Megan.
Good evening. It's Amy.
So we were chit-chatting right before we started today, and I was mentioning my daughter. So today I went to school and I helped out in my daughter's class they do something called an art auction where kids make stuff and then parents bid on it. Like each class does like an art piece and then parents bid on it. I was once an art parent and I ran an art auction piece. It was the biggest garbage, like disaster dumpster fire. I looked up a thing on Pinterest where you could it was supposed to be like a flower and all the kids could put their fingerprint on it. And it looked really cute on Pinterest. And I volunteered to do this thing and it just looked like shit. The prints all smeared. It was so bad. So I was like, I'm never going to do it again. And then my neighbor asked me to help. And I'm not being modest. It literally, I was like, nobody should pay. I should pay someone to throw it away. And so, no false modesty. Trust me, I would tell you if it was good. So my neighbor is taking on being the art parent for our class. She's not even a parent in our class. We're just not a class of volunteering parents. So she was like, look, I'm going to do this thing in the class. And if you want to help out. And I was like, of course I'll help out. It's my kid's class and I've done nothing for years to help volunteer. I will take some time and go. So I tell Poppy, and I'm expecting Poppy to be over the moon because Poppy has always been I want you to come on volunteer on field trips, all these things that I haven't gotten fingerprinted, so I haven't gone. And she was like, okay, I have to pick what you're going to wear. And I was like,
oh my God.
What do you mean? And she's like, well, Mom, I mean, your style, we all know. And I was like, no, I don't know.
We all know?
I was like, tell me more. And she's
what
like,
is the consensus?
She's like, I don't want to be mean. And I was like, okay, and it was her and Bronte. I was like, I need you guys to tell me, I need you to tell me straight. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I need you to level with me on what your thoughts are with my style. Because Bronte was just sitting there nodding, absolutely. And I was like, please tell me. And Poppy was like, well, if I and I'm not even exaggerating. She's like, well, if I had to pick it, I would say your style is you look at the floor and when you see something, that's what you're wearing.
Poppy!
And I was like, I mean, it's not totally incorrect.
You're not wrong.
And then Bronte was like, and then you add a beanie to it.
They can't get over the beanie. They can't.
Why? What's the beanie hate?
They hate my beanie game. They hate it. And then I bought this new lounge set at Costco that's white and quilted. And I realized that now my kids all refer to it as me dressing like a mattress because I kind of look like a mattress when I wear it. And then I tried to make a sexual joke. And then my son got very mad and was like, you cannot make jokes like that around me because it makes me sick. And so I'm just batting Nick's been out of the country. Nick's been in New Zealand 19 days now. And at this point, my children have just been and then Poppy was like, and then I was asking Jara, I was like, okay, tell me. And he's like, well, you just dress like you don't care. And that's a good thing.
I love your style.
I was ready to tell you how cute you look tonight.
I actually love your style.
So I made an effort here.
This is your Poppy outfit?
This is my Poppy outfit. Look, I got a little scarf. I got a little glasses. I got a little green. I was just like, okay, girl, look at me.
But I always like your style. I'm actually baffled by this. I do think you dress very...
when are you seeing me with my style?
In New York, I made
we
an
see you
effort.
from the shoulders up.
I see you from shoulders up.
I packed clothing when I went to New York City to be in the city.
Okay, but I see you from shoulders up. Okay. And then I also see pictures of you that you post on social media and you always look cute. I don't know. Right. You're very California mom. I like the style. You are a California mom.
I feel very comfortable in how I look. I mean, I have often gone out in the morning, especially the morning. I think maybe it gets a little more wild because it's kind of is it pajamas? Is it clothes? It's kind of both. But okay, who doesn't?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not uncommon for me to be in like silky pants and Uggs. And then I don't know, like, so, I mean, it's just not that big of a deal. I think the beanies have really sent them. So I don't know if that's like a trend now that like beanies are just done. But like, I'm here to say that like the beanies are not done.
No, I love beanies. And maybe like, so I went to like lunch with my dad recently. And I get a text, and I wore a beanie the whole time, mostly because my hair was like a disaster. I have like short curly hair. So like if I don't style it, I have to like cover it. I can't just like wing it like people with straight hair can. So I wore a beanie the whole time, and I love my beanie. And my dad, like bless his boomer heart, he like texted me later that day, and he was like, thanks for lunch. I just want to tell you, you look so cute in your beanie." So you know what? My dad would love your beanies.
My dad would be like, that mattress lounge suit and beanie combo.
You look like the most chic mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I just look like I'm a good time. And that's when Jared was like, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, whatever.
Oh, fine.
He couldn't even handle a good time.
I mean, I think I was much more disgusting.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
So that's very tame. That's tame. For you, that's tame.
For me, I'm sure I said something gross.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, we accept your style. We love it. Amy and I are supportive.
And I'm just here in a hoodie every week. Like,
what am I wearing tonight? A hoodie. Because that's, I mean.
I love a hoodie.
And I'm wearing pajama pants, like,
so am I.
Like waist out.
Yeah, yes. And I wish I was. I'm in a pair of barrel-legged jeans I'm in a pair of barrel-legged jeans that Puppy was like, when are you also going to stop wearing skinny jeans? And I was like, there is nothing skinny jeans about these. These actually say on the waistband, barrel-legged jeans. These are not skinny jeans.
I'm not giving up my skinny jeans. I'm sorry. I still love my
I mean, I have skinny jeans and I'm fine with them. And apparently Bronte was like, oh, they're coming back now. I'm like, of course they are. They were never going to be gone.
Because it's cyclical. Well, it's also just, I mean.
I was like, and do you know what else is now coming back? The side part, which Amy.
I never got rid of it. I never got rid of it. Because you know what? I have a terrible colic and I cannot center part. It just goes to the side. So I will always have the side part. I'm not even a millennial. I still do the side part.
Oh, I do a side part too.
Yeah. So the side part is apparently coming back.
Okay. Well,
and you know what else has come back?
What?
Singles Inferno.
Singles Inferno. That's so great.
Segue.
That's a great segue. That's a great segue.
So today, look, there is no spoiler-free section. At this point in the Singles Inferno, you're either watching Singles Inferno or you're not. Or you're
either in or you're out.
You're in or out.
You're either
in
for
out,
18 episodes.
How many episodes?
12 for the actual show and 6 for the reunion.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get into like leave us wanting more.
Yeah. Leave us wanting more. Oh, I love it.
I was like, show me less.
Mm-hmm.
Show me less.
Say less, please. I beg you. I kept being like, this could be an email. I kept telling like, that was like my comment to everybody.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Also, we're sponsored again by water tonight.
Oh, we are. I have delicious water here.
Yep.
Yep.
Take a sip of water, everyone.
Are you a filtered water or because I just raw dog mine out of the tap?
No, I have like a Brita filter, like a pitcher.
We have a dispenser in our fridge, but to be honest, I don't really use it that much because it's too slow. So I just go right to the faucet, and I don't care. I don't know. It might be weird. I like my water, like where I live. I don't know.
That's
like I'll go.
I'm a faucet
every tap tastes different.
It does. I'll go other places and I hate the tap water, so I don't like drink it. But I love my tap water. But
yep.
I feel like I taste the chemicals in mine, and I just have befriended them.
They boosted your immunity at this point.
That chlorine just Okay. So now that we're hydrated, unlike Inferno, which doesn't seem to have a lot of natural water features in Inferno, Paradise certainly does. Although now we have like just 90 paradises. Like we don't even have like a paradise. Like we're just going anywhere we want to.
Restaurant's considered paradise. A ride in a car is considered paradise.
Yeah. Right?
Like,
it's all
bowling
paradise.
alley is paradise.
Like, I miss the original.
Seoul, it's paradise. You're in the Incheon coast. It's paradise. It's whatever.
I miss the original Paradise. So
I do too.
Bring it back.
But props to Old Paradise. Like I said before in a recent podcast, like it's still getting all the name dropped advertising for not being there. So,
yep, it's very true.
Okay. So let's first start with, I just pulled from Marie Claire kind of like the profiles really quickly. So let's just do a rundown of like who we got in this show this year. So I'm gonna do, let's say I'm gonna do the first 3. Okay. And then one of you all can jump in and do the next. Okay. So I'm going to say their names. I'm going to say their ages because guess what? We're not playing the game right now. And I'm going to say a little bit about what they do. Mm-hmm. So first up, Park Hee-sun, who is about 22 years old, college student at Carnegie Mellon, which was a plot twist studying information systems. She was the first runner-up for Miss Korea in 2024. And she is currently interning at a global cosmetics brand. Then we have Kim Go-eun, who's 26, a model. And we're all about Miss Korea here, apparently. Yeah. So a 2022 Miss Korea winner, daughter of a former national soccer player, and was, according to the T, I don't know if this is true, so I'm going to say alleged, previously linked to Big Bang's G-Dragon and dating rumors.
Wow.
Meg, I don't know. Have you heard that? Anyone else?
No, that's the first
I've
heard
read
that
because I've looked them up before, so I think I did read that.
Okay. So I'll do one more. Ham Ye-jin, who is 30. She was our Ani of the group, and she is a freelance announcer who works for news stations and hosts events. She was also a former esports announcer for League of Legends Champions Korea. Okay.
I'll do the next 3.
Okay.
So we have Kim Min-ji. She is 30. She is a professional track and field athlete known as the goddess of the track. I think she said that she runs the 400, which is, I think, one of like the hardest track and field events. It's a really difficult race.
It's long.
Yeah. So it's 1 lap for anyone who does. Well, if you're in a traditional outdoor track, it's 1 lap. It's just a full out sprint. Anyway, she won Korea's National Sports Festival 4 years in a row, nicknamed the Karina of track and field. So that's a reference to Karina from aespa. And she's a reality
TV. They do look alike.
They do. And she's a reality TV veteran from King of Masked Singer and other shows. Then we have Lee Ju-young, 26, a craft designer specializing in resin vases and pressed flower pieces, which, look, I love that this was like a unique, fun job.
Yeah, something different.
It was something different. Her stuff was not my style, but I greatly appreciated that it was like a cool job. She studied furniture design in college. She was dubbed her school's goddess as a teenager and self-described as a smart cookie, which I can see that. Oh, goodness. Actually, Amy, why don't you do the last 2?
We've still got all the guys, too.
Yeah.
Choi Mina-soo. Mina-soo is 27. She's a communications student at the University of Illinois, which is where I went a long time ago. Born in Australia, lived in Korea, Canada, and the United States. Won Miss Earth 2022.
I never have heard of Miss Earth.
I haven't
I'm not
either.
Like deep in the pageants, though.
Okay.
I mean, so many pageant winners here. Becoming the first Korean woman to win one of the big 4 beauty pageants. I didn't know that there was a big 4. Now I do. And the season's most polarizing contestant.
We'll get to that.
And then our final female contestant is Lee Ha-eun, 22. She was one of the game changers who came in episode 5, a former Idol trainee and hip-hop dancer, now a model for skincare and makeup brands, promised to shake things up when she entered.
Okay, now we're moving to the guys. So I'll do the first couple guys. So we have Yeon Hyun-jae, who's 26, an IT worker specializing in UI design, a first runner-up for Mr. International Korea 2024.
What? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Speaks Korean, English, and Chinese, and practices the Korean martial art Kundo. Then we have Song Sung-il, 25, fashion marketer handling advertising and brand consultations, and is an avid jujitsu practitioner. Says he, quote, hates losing and can't sleep when he does. And then I'll do the last one. Shin Hyun-woo, 27, a former handball player turned handball coach, left athletics due to injury and is confident in his physique and aura. I think he can have confidence in the former, maybe not the latter. But says he believes in fate. Like, I am a stan. I really liked him. So even though he's a derp, I'm a fan.
Right. Maybe not the best at Riz. Basically.
Not the best at Riz, but God bless him.
Yeah. And then we have Kim Jae-jin, 28, professional dancer and dance teacher with a modern dance degree, the season's resident comedian. He grew on me so much, let me just say. He looks cold, but is sweet and funny, promised to be honest and sincere throughout the show, which I feel like he was. I think he had a lot of dignity throughout the show. Woo Sung-min, 30, an optician. Again, a real job, people.
Mm-hmm. Except look what comes next, though.
I know. Also, I'm not saying that like being a model isn't a real job. I just get bored with it because there's always like 3 models, you know, on every. Anyway, optician who runs his family's optical shop, former actor, which yes, I did see that he was in. A bunch of these people were, by the way. Yeah. Prefers relaxed, easygoing relationships and wants someone he can banter with. He became the unexpected romantic lead of the season, especially because he showed up in that old denim outfit on episode 1 that we all disapproved of. And then we have Im Soo-bin, 24, model and former baseball pitcher who quit due to a shoulder injury. Are you serious? Won best model at Mr. International Korea 2022? What? I also saw he's been in acting too. Described as having a golden retriever energy, looking for someone to steal his heart instantly. Oh, Soo-bin.
And we have Lee Sung-hun, also known as Sam Lee, 27, a quant trader at a New York City hedge fund, Berkeley grad in math and computer science, former AI engineer at Google, Korean American who says he expresses himself better in English, confident and warm. And then Jo Egon, the game changer, 34 years old, who arrived in episode 5, rookie actor, appeared in K-drama The Trunk. And I was telling, because Leah didn't watch The Trunk, just Megan and I did. I'm like, he didn't just appear in The Trunk. He had a huge role in The Trunk.
Big time role. His role was like her fuck toy, basically.
He was a husband for hire.
He was a husband for hire.
Hired
I feel like I need to see The Trunk now.
Oh, it's twisted. Hired by Gong Yu's estranged wife to be her fuckboy.
I mean, he's literally just supposed to look good the entire drama, and he does.
He does. So yes, in The Trunk, singer, dancer, previously on Vicky dating show Eden 2, the oldest contestant this season, self-described as very passionate, almost crazy in relationships. And he really, I mean, he came in as a game changer, and he was a game changer. Like, they're not always.
I think he should have been a bigger game changer than he was, frankly.
Yes, but he played a major role where we've had game changers come in that like get nothing.
Yeah, Ha-eun was underserved, and I will say more.
And I liked her a lot.
I liked her a lot too. I think she would have been better from the beginning. I wish we had her from the beginning because she had a really good personality. And I think she could have made a better impact if she wasn't like the game changer. I just think, I don't know. I don't really love the game changer aspect of the show in the first place. I will tell you that.
Like it either. I think it's I don't like it.
Because everybody's already got their sights set on somebody.
Yeah, and
like people get tunnel vision really early in this show, and when you bring in new people, sometimes
but if you're gonna bring in a game changer, it's either Dex or Egon. Like those are the
Dex was a game, like Dex is the definition of game changer, and that was lightning in a bottle. They have never been able to replicate him.
No. I would say Egon is a close second, though.
Yeah, it's the closest they've gotten, but he doesn't have he's got a lot of the package, but really, if you put it neck and neck, nah.
Yeah, but Egon to me was in my opinion. So my personal preference, I'm putting Dex out of the equation. Dex is something else. But for me, other than Dex, Egon was the hottest singles Inferno contestant that they've ever had. There's never been a contestant, in my opinion, with as much sex appeal as Joe Egon. It like when he was in the pool with Go On.
Good God.
I thought I was going to come out of my skin. Like, I was like, what am I watching? Like, it was so good. The tension was like, I wanted to eat it with a spoon. It was so good. Go On was good too. Like, don't get me wrong, but there was something about Egon. He's great. It's going to be hard in the coming seasons. I'm going to be comparing. You got to bring in another Egon, or I'm like, now they're all children compared to him. You brought in a real man.
You brought in a man.
Do not give me these 22-year-old children anymore.
Honestly, for the rewatch, the best part of the rewatch was Go On seeing what she looked like watching him in the pool.
Yeah,
that was like her being like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was looking at him like that. Like,
yeah,
I loved it.
So, okay, let's just start with just like a softball question. And I mean, I think we are all in alignment for at least one. This year, who would you be taking to Paradise? And you can pick one male and one female contestant.
Go ahead, Amy.
I mean, obviously Egon, but I want to be there with Egon and Go On, because that was just like the sexiest night. It was. I just want to hang in the pool and like watch them fuck each other with their eyes.
Right. So much eye fucking. For me, like Egon, by far. Like, it was like it was funny because I remember messaging you guys, and I was like, Song Sung-il, like I'm really attracted to him. And then Egon showed up, and I was like, Sung-il, who? I don't even know his name. Who? Ew, like not even a thought in my brain. So it would be Egon, and then I loved Kim Min-ji with all my heart. I want to be friends with her. She felt older than me. Like there was something about her that just gave unease energy, you know? And I was like,
a big maturity.
So mature.
Which is why Sung-il never could have handled her in real life.
No. She's so fantastic. I'm like, girl, date like Sung Hoon Min. Like, why aren't you not with Sung Hoon Min? Like, someone hook them up. I want a blind date. Well, it wouldn't be blind because they're like pretty famous in Korea, but I loved her so much. So those would be my two.
Egon, trifecta. Was there anyone else on the show once he came on?
No.
Well, you know what? I did appreciate some of the others, but I mean, like, for me to take to Paradise myself, Egon, no doubt. And then, you know what? I feel like Egon here. I am a big stan of Haun. I think that they deserved more time, and they seemed like they'd be fun to hang out with. So I feel like, you know, they're super young, but I would think that they would be fun. Like, I would just like hang out with them. I would like, that's the type of person, like, I felt like when I went to Seoul in June, and I've talked about like how I felt like I like got like young, I like was degenerating young people being like, come drink tequila and then we're gonna have soju on the piss covered steps in Itaewon. I feel like I could do that with Haun.
Yeah, she was great. I also really loved her personality and wanted more of her.
So much.
Yeah,
I was so surprised. That's the kind of shit where the show makes me crazy, is like when they start to just lock in on like a couple of those ones that start to feel like, we'll talk about like the love, what is it, square, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And Haun, like, she had personality. She had aura. She just came in too late to be able to use it.
Totally.
Correct. I agree.
Okay, and then this is just a softball. I got to get this one done, and then it's open season for the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
Who would win a physical challenge, Egon or Dex?
I don't know, because I am surprised. I will be honest. I was surprised that Egon came out on top.
He beat Hyunwoo, right?
Hyunwoo was like
the
man to beat, and Egon came in and just freaking demoralized every man there
with like sheer willpower.
I was gonna say,
so
like
hot.
when he was just holding his position in the sand and like tapping his head against the sand and he just had to hold because he was further from the line than Hyunwoo was. He just had to hold it for the count. And I was like, that's so hot.
Did he burst something? Like, are we gonna
I was so scared.
him?
I was so scared.
Yeah, he was incredible. I'm gonna say though, I think Dex would win. I think Dex would,
I think so
or
too.
at least look. I don't know what Dex has been up to lately, but I would say the Dex of season 2,
when he came in with that tug-of-war,
yeah, that Dex was like fresher out of the military. You know what I mean? Like Dex has like
that's the muscle memory. I'm still gonna go with Dex. I think he's gonna give him a very fun challenge to watch.
Yeah,
but I think at the end of the day, Dex is a fucking killer.
I agree. It's agreed. I mean, I think just it's the experience of like Dex has probably pushed his body to like a physical limit that Egon has never done just because of his like military training and stuff. And just Dex is Dex. Like we'll never be over him.
I can still see it. I can still see it when he showed up and he did that first challenge, which was what was it? It was like a tug of war, but it was
flag.
like
So he had two.
Yes.
It was like they were in
the
like
two.
a triangle kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he
pulled both of them.
No smiles, nothing. Just like walked in there, did it, walked out.
Ugh.
Like it was insane.
The biggest big dick energy that we've had
so
on the
much
show.
BDE.
So
Yeah.
much BDE. So yeah, that's. I mean, but if we're talking sex appeal,
I agree. It'd be a good fight, but I agree.
If we're talking sex appeal, though, I'd like to see Egon and Dex go for the same girl. That would be fun. I don't think they have the same taste in women, but because Dex does love his wafer cardigan girls. He does.
Yeah, because like there was the one, I feel really bad. I'm forgetting that there was that one really fun, spunky girl that like nobody was into who was like the best girl.
Yeah.
Enadine, which was. That was
a different one. But even so, Enadine, he didn't choose her.
Yeah, he didn't choose her. He chose Sulky. I went back and looked because I wanted to get
there was the other
right because I wanted to
there
bring her
was
up
like
tonight.
another girl that was like flipping gorgeous and Dex was like booning out hard on her like the whole time. But even still, like, you're like, but then when it came down to it, like, who did you pick in the game? But I mean, look, honestly, I felt like for that, it was a game which we can talk about too. Like, is this a dating show or is this a game?
No.
Where you're just needing to
it's
get
not a dating show.
Yeah, part of me thinks. So this is, can I just say this? I thought this was where Egon was going, but now I don't think so, especially based on like the reunion. So we'll get to it.
Same.
But I fully believe Dex. Part of me thinks he chose a girl he knew wouldn't choose him. Because I think Singles Inferno for him was always like a stepping stone to a bigger career. And he played it so smart because then he didn't get chosen. So he didn't have to like answer questions. He didn't get like any backlash for ghosting her.
Yep.
There was just like literally he was like, oh my gosh, he was the one that like got away or whatever. I don't know. I just think he came out so well, and part of me wonders if like that had always been his plan all along.
That's a good take.
And I wondered if that was where Egon was going, but I actually think he flat out really fell for Go On. I truly do. Which we'll get to like the aftermath, I guess. Why don't we let's talk about Minasu. Let's get that out of the way because I feel like that deserves like a chat, okay? Because
I'm also going to open up Patreon because Patreon had some Minasu thoughts as well.
Okay. So let's explore the Minasu phenomenon. Born in Australia, Choi lived in multiple countries, including South Korea, Canada, and the United States due to her father's business. She attended middle school in Minnesota and later studied at the Seoul Foreign School and Shanghai American School. She became one of the most talked about contestants in the show's history. So, I mean, what's the deal? Do we like her? Do we hate her? Do we think the show like benefits or encourages this kind of like controversy?
I mean, to me, what it all comes down to, it's always an editing game. Like And they chose, I mean, yes, she did and said some stupid stuff that I would not want to be on TV, like doing and saying, but also like that's what the producers and the editors chose to show of her too, right?
Yeah.
Because we like in the reunion, like she was mortified watching herself, unless it was all an act. But I feel like I felt some sincerity there, especially when Minji gave her like a dressing down, and I believed her reaction to that, and getting taken down a notch and stuff like that. Yeah, I think 100% the show is pushing us in the direction of who we're supposed to like and who we're supposed to not like. And I think that's all part of the editing. And but I also did not like her. But
Yeah.
I had sympathy for her when they let us see her be vulnerable. And I did like her owning up to her behavior. And I mean, she had to because it was out there. Everybody saw it.
So I was thinking a lot. So this week I also ended up watching the Netflix docuseries Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model.
Oh God,
So
did you watch it? I didn't watch it yet.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, look, I'm not going to there's no spoilers.
No,
Um,
no.
But it really, what it made me reflect on a lot was like, the intentionality that comes from reality TV, especially after like you get a season and it takes off and it becomes popular. Because like it really like and I feel like we see this kind of similarly in Singles Inferno too. Like the first show kind of had its own little magic of like what it was, right? Like we all saw it, we were like, "Oh my god, this is charming." Like this is not what we like have known to be like reality dating show. Like, it was kind of taking something like there have been a lot of Korean dating shows. I haven't watched any others really except for the ones we've discussed here. But I think it like took it onto like the Netflix stage and then people were like, "Oh, this feels very different than like Rock of Love as we talked about or things like that." And and then as it continues, it's like, what do you do to keep it going? And I think the way the docuseries about America's Next Top Model played itself out, I mean, it wasn't earth shattering. I just had not put a lot of brain power into ever reflecting on America's Next Top Model. It was kind of like TV that was on in my youth, but like and it would be funny. Like I'd be watching someone being like, "Oh, I watched that. Like I watched that season and like totally like forgot about it." Um, but it became clear that like it started with like one idea of like let's represent kind of like more diverse aspects of beauty. Like I do want to have a show. I do want to be like Tyra Banks being like I do want to be like a showrunner and like be a businesswoman and like break myself out. But there was kind of like it seemed like it started with some good intentions and then as it went it began to kind of get muddled. And I'm not drawing that parallel over to Singles Inferno at this point in Singles Inferno, but what it became clear was how part of what you would keep to keep things going is like that like you've got to create these narratives for these people. So
Yeah.
you're not just showing up and being like, let's kind of do an honest depict. And I mean, like all documentaries take a point of view. But, in this case, like they're specifically curating, they're looking to create angles. And so, yeah, like I want to have some sympathy for the fact of like, what would it feel like to be Mina Sue, and then also to be like, and no matter what, like you did bring enough pick me energy that like, look, you just did. Like, and
Yeah.
that's like, okay, fine, whatever. But like you did. And the last thing I'll say before I kind of like let you will talk and we'll talk about what Patreon had to say too, is I think what for me became really interesting, and this is where like from what like America's Next Top Model is and where American reality TV sits to where Singles Inferno kind of has this shift, is I feel like they like took it up to like a line, and then at some point there must have been some discussions happening of like this is starting to feel reputationally too damaging because like you had the hosts actually acknowledge like we have been too harsh and maybe like for Korean standards their criticism had felt too pointed. For American audiences they felt very polite for what
Yeah.
because we would be way harsher.
Yeah.
Way more like, like out for blood in the water, like, kill them. Whereas like they were kind of like, ooh, look at her being like, and then later they had to be like, shit, even that was kind of too much. And then we can talk later about how like the editing at the end very like her story all of a sudden shifted very like she was kind of this like pick me kind of like just like her character was not coming across well. And then at the end all of a sudden they were just like bing
Yeah.
bing Mina Sue is like such a straight shooter with like Sam Lee and it was like what is happening?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean these are my thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts. I'm not going to like rail into her. I mean, she's still fairly young, but they didn't put words in her mouth. Like she said these things. She said,
Exactly.
"I'm cooler than anyone here." She said those things. They didn't feel out of context, and she didn't say they were out of context. Like what she brought I think she brought out such a visceral reaction in me because I was seriously like, "Oh my god, she is the worst." Like because she brought a lot of American energy to the show that I didn't appreciate.
Yeah, 100%.
And also part of me was kind of like, if you're going to act like an American reality star, then I'm going to judge you like an American reality star, which is way harsher than I'm judging a lot of these other people. Is that right of me? Probably not, but that was my reaction. My reaction was like, oh no, you're coming at me with American like bachelorette energy, then I'm going to treat you like as harsh as that. That's kind of how I felt with her. And I also, I saw this meme and I have to agree with it. Like we've all known Amina Sue.
Yeah.
And if you
absolutely.
have known Amina Sue, it's going to be very hard to empathize with what she gave us and what the show gave us of her. It's going to be hard. And I've known Amina Sue. And so it felt hard for me to then sympathize with her. She's clearly like like we know her family's wealthy. Like it's been said, like we couldn't figure that out by watching her on the screen. Like she gave me this like energy that I just immediately kind of felt like my hackles went up with her. In a way that I don't think they have with like literally, I've never felt that way about a female contestant.
No.
On Singles Inferno. So I think that was it. I think it was, I'm getting Bachelorette vibes or something. I don't even watch The Bachelorette, but I've watched a lot of dating shows and it just inspired a reaction in me. And I agree with you, Leo, that I do wonder what the conversation was because there had to be some sort of chat in production, post-production was because I do think they went over a line with her that they haven't with any other contestant.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have had to have a conversation about that, I think. And then it was clear it like seemed like they were trying to do damage control with her character. I don't think it was enough. I actually don't even think the reunion was enough. I got to be honest, because even in the reunion, you could tell she seemed more irritated that it was shown than maybe she was about what she actually did. She still had the hair flips. She still rolled her eyes. She still seemed just irritated it was on the screen. It's like, girl, you did all of it. Because she even like said at one point, like, oh, they really showed this? It's like, yeah, girl, you're on camera.
Yeah.
Honey. And so she still didn't again, other people might, and it might have just still been my bias with her. Because again, she made my like claws come out a little bit. And so, but I hope I hope she thinks about the things she said.
Some self-reflection.
Of course she said she did in like a statement, whatever. Yeah, I think I more hope she just thinks about how she made people feel. It's more how did her actions hurt others? Because that was the deal. The idea is like she literally like hurt people because she was flippant or just kind of self-absorbed.
What really got me, and it wasn't just that she kept going on about liking Sung Il, knowing how much Minji liked him, but it was the truth game, at the bonfire.
Oh god.
When she changed her mind in the middle of the game.
Stop.
While she's sitting next to Subin, who she wants to like her even after all of I couldn't I could not get behind that. And the big, like the polar opposite of that is, think later when we have like the big upset, not really, of Minji picking Subin to go to paradise. And then we find out that she talked to Heesun about it first. Like we had like a girls, little girls summit. Like, look, here's what I'm thinking. I want to test Sung Il. I want to make sure that I miss him when I'm away from him. I want to get to know Subin a little bit. Are you okay if I do this? Whereas Mina Sue was just like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, whether it's your man, her man, like it doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna do it.
And I also think part of me also thinks she wasn't aware of some of the Korean like manners.
Do you think that though? Because
I mean,
she's
I don't
lived
know.
everywhere, so I don't know if I believe that.
Because it just seemed like
I'm not going to give her grace for that. I'm not going to give her grace for that. It just seemed like she was
like lost, like she didn't know how to like interact sometimes. I don't know.
She was Miss World. She should know. She should be worldly.
Yeah. It honestly, to me, it read like when you were like, have you met people like this? And it makes your hackles come up. Like, yes. And I would say I mean, I keep saying it over and over. Like, so I just want to touch on, so some of the Patreon comments were like, was she set up to be a villain, or kind of like, what's our speculation for the weird editing of the finale? I've seen Mina complained about her image needing to be fixed. Why was so much stuff cut out, or why was so much stuff spliced in a weird way at the end? Or was she the season villain or savior? Look, she was good TV is what she was.
Yeah, right. She was.
And so I will say she was good TV. But it was that pick me of, there's a influencer whose name I can't remember. But she's an adult film actress, and she does a lot of like funny acting videos. Like some listeners out there, I'm sure have heard her, but she's funny, and she does a lot of like pick me, like the girl that like hangs with all the boys videos. And she does these like really funny takedowns where it will be like, what happens when it's like the girl who hangs with the guys or thinks she's like in and then like puts girls down, or is kind of just always showing that she's aligned with like all the boys and everyone's interested in her. And it's just like that vibe. And it's like I feel like that begins in elementary school for us as like women. And I don't know, it's just that need of like male validation and that need of like being the special chosen one. And it just like gives me the ick. Yeah. And so I think I could never, I mean, look, who she is a reality, like this is a reality show and she's a character in a reality show. And so we're always going to say reality with the quotes. It's like Wuthering Heights, like put the quotes on the reality. But, but I'm also like, yeah, like what was your, like how you said Dex came in with like a plan. This is how I want to show myself. This is my goals for how I'm going to like advance my career. This is what I want to do.
Right.
Like, I am not under the illusion that this is a show where people are really genuinely basically being like, am I going to find the love of my life on this show? No. I think that would be an odd take to do. Like, I would not be encouraging anyone to do that.
Right.
So then what was her end game, and why would she show up in a way like this like what was her goal?
I think she wanted every man to love her.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think again, this is just me speculating. I don't know Mina Sue. Okay. She gave me the energy of a girl who I think she thought she was going to come in and she was going to have 3 to 4 men vying for her attention. Okay. And then it didn't happen. And she reacted very poorly. That is my opinion. I think she didn't know then what to do if she wasn't the main character. And I think Subin was like over it. I think he was over it very quickly. Some people are like, oh no, no. I fully believe Subin was over it very quickly. I think he spotted who she was soon. Okay. I think he was being kind to her through some of it. And maybe trying to slightly leave the door open, but then it closed pretty soon after that. And so that's, I think, what happened. I think she had a plan and the plan blew up in her face. and she didn't know what to do. But again, I don't know her. That's just my opinion because it
I
didn't
think it
seem
was just
calculated.
some people just cannot read a room, and I would say this just felt like somebody who could not read, who thought
Right.
that they were like the delight, and they
Yeah.
were just not reading the room, but it became compelling to watch it because you were just like, "Oh, damn," like the whole time.
Well, because you also feel like you're watching a train wreck. Like I was like, I am
Yes.
watching. She was like kind of mentally self-destructing because again, I don't think she knew how to like handle the dynamics. And I mean, it was wild. And uh, it was a wild watch. Like truly, I think I was like messaging you guys on Instagram, like losing my mind. I was like, what? Because I remember
What
you guys had mentioned there's a character who kind of goes off the rails. You didn't tell me who it was. To be honest, the whole time I thought it was going to be He-sun. I thought
Oh.
He-sun was going to like lose it because she kind of seemed a little bit on the verge of like a nervous breakdown in the first few episodes. And I was
mean,
like,
she still does, but
she does. I think we can talk about her. I love
yes,
her, but we can
I do
talk
too.
about her. But I thought it was going to be her. Okay. And then all of a sudden I was like, she's still pretty likable. And then Minasu went so far off the deep end that I was like, God, you didn't prepare me. Like you said it went bad and I still was not prepared for how bad it went.
Yeah, I mean, because again, you were like, I wanted your enjoyment was to go in and watch it, so I was like, I'm not gonna spoil
Yes.
it.
But
Yeah, I
when I
didn't
got
want to
there,
be.
when I got there and I was DMing Leah, I'm like, oh my God, she's the absolute worst.
Absolute worst. I mean, the campfire was peak worst.
Yes.
Peak. Truly. And
But
it was like she wasn't even the center of the center of attention though. That's the problem. Like she wasn't. It
Mm-mm.
was
And
wild.
then we had to have like Minji be like, oh, and then she like in the reunion reflect and be like, oh, when I saw her cry, I felt bad. I'm like, you didn't. I
Yeah.
know you didn't. Like, of course you didn't. But like, thank you for saying that and having manners. But like,
I did love Minji like laughing at the editing. She's like, why is it a close up? Oh my God. She's like, I look so scary. And I was like, it was so good.
yeah, they played her like a mob boss, like, and then
Yes.
how she was reaching out and like rubbing on Minasu's shoulder. Like she just looked like she was gonna
It
like,
was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, and I mean, I bet that was hard to hear, like what Minji said. And I was a little worried right after that happened. I was like, are they going to make Kim Minji the villain? Because to be honest, I thought she was throwing Minasu a bone. I really think she was being an Uni trying to be like, I don't think you know yourself.
yeah.
And I actually do think Minasu, that's one of the. Look, what upsets me the most is if someone insults me and I think the insult is correct. That's what
Right.
upsets me the most.
Yep. I mean, that's why she reacted like that. She tried to play it off
Yeah.
as, she's not going to take that from No, it's because she was right.
You know she was right. I don't get upset at insults that I know aren't right. I get it. I get upset about insults that I hit too close to home. And I think that's the way most people are. So as soon as she started to cry, I was like, oh shit, Kim Min-ji hit a bullseye. A bullseye. And it was sad, but I was also like, someone needed to tell her. Like someone needed to say it to her. I mean, like I would say in the aftermath of this, I hope she's okay. I hope she's thinking about how she came across. And I think she'll mature. I mean, she's still pretty young.
I think she
I don't
probably
know.
feels victimized, frankly.
True. Yeah, probably. I'm trying to be nice, but you're right.
And I mean, I also get weirded out because it's not like they're going to listen, but then I'm like, you know what? Some of them might. And so I was like thinking about that before we started too. Cause like a lot of times I was like, do English speaking, like, yeah, would any of them listen to what we have to say? And then does that like matter to what I say? And I was like, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to pick me myself and be like, yes, everyone will hear. But like, I'm like, I just don't know. Like the internet's a wild and woolly place. And like now we make reels and we put them out. And sometimes reels show up in people's shit. So like,
True.
I stand by it. I don't think you're probably, I don't know who you are as a real person, but.
Right.
But if that's representative, then.
People just pick me energy is just not it. And reading a room is.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically read a room and like, be quiet for a little bit and listen. I think she talked a lot too. She's like, I'm a chatterer. Look, I talk a lot too. And it's been a learning experience for me to also learn how to listen. So I get it, girl. I get it. Do we want to talk about, because I feel like we should talk about kind of the coupling. So I guess we could. Do you want to talk about Subin and Hisun and
Sure.
kind of so they left Inferno together, and then in the reunion episodes, we find out that they are kind of still together. I actually did not watch the final 2 episodes of the reunion, so I do need you guys
Oh,
to
then
I know I
mean,
missed a
that's where
lot of
the Hisun it ends on Hisun and Subin.
yeah. So
Yeah.
let me know so give me a rundown and also like what you think about them. They do. First of all, they make an adorable couple.
They're
I think
cute, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
So she went back to the US. And so they
Right.
were trying to do long distance. It was very like past lives, It was like, different time zones, like, different times of the day. And it was hard to keep in touch. And she admitted that she could tell he was pulling back. And then he admitted I was pulling back because I didn't know if I could handle this long distance. Um, but then he missed her. But like the long and short of it is I don't think like she had a curfew when she went back to Korea. So when they would see each other, he'd have to get her home really early. Um, I I am thinking she's very, very, very new to dating,
And very sheltered.
very
But
sheltered,
how?
and
She was in
like
America in the US.
I know. Well, that's the thing, because like there is like a little tiny bit of talk of her meeting up with Sam, like in New York, and like going out and stuff. And I'm
And
like,
he's like, "You're a really good drinker." And then that actually, they like made that a whole thing where I started to get kind of the ick because of how they played it. And I don't know how they played on the show was basically she gets very on edge. That like because he's basically just like, oh, like this girl can drink, like this girl can put it down. Like she was just taking vodka and like boom, boom, boom. And he's just like oblivious, just like, he's a cutie, honestly. But he was just like, blah, blah, blah. And then her
it was
face was
very
just like,
American. Yeah.
yeah, he was very American, and then she was just kinda like, and like
Because
went
Subin's sitting right there, like they're at
inside
this
herself, and then
house.
Subin seemed to be, like, not happy either, and she seemed to be, like, shrinking in, and I was just like, "Oh, this energy has gotten a little odd." Like, he was not chill about it, and she definitely was not chill about it.
But then she apologized to him and he's like, I don't care. He's like, I know he's just messing around. So again, really weird with the editing,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Like, because they're like zooming in on her like really intense, like holy shit face that Subin is hearing that I went out with Sam in New York. Um, and then she's like they have this like quiet conversation upstairs, where she is near tears like the whole time. Like this is very like she's got some very intense feelings happening.
Hmm.
And I don't even think these two have even kissed yet.
Oh my God. Oh my
Like,
God.
So that's why I'm like, I don't think these people have ever been in a real, like with all of their like shit talking in the beginning, like I'm going to be the one that everybody loves and I'm so confident and people stop me a million times in the street because I'm so
Right.
hot.
Mhm.
I don't think she's ever, and again, I don't know her. This is editing. I'm telling you what I saw.
Yeah.
This is a girl who does not know how to talk to a man she likes.
Oh no.
Or
Oh.
I was wondering if it was that or just, like, she is well aware of what the dynamics are, and she is well aware of what reputation feels like and the
Mm.
pressure, and
Mm.
so that was the read I was having in some ways, was more just, like, being quite aware of what the because we've seen people get taken down hard in Singles Inferno for not much. Like, remember
True.
Yia for wearing, like, fake designer clothing? And they were
Yeah.
like, like, that was a wild
They like
takedown over, like,
canceled her over it. It was
over
crazy. Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Um, and so I just was wondering if for her, it's the sense of, like, there's this pressure of, like, yeah, I can't show any kind of a bad sign. And also, I'd also just wanna say I mean, anyone watching knows, but when Sam Lee was talking about her in New York, he wasn't insinuating anything like
No.
it was, like, something sexual with them or anything. He was just basically somebody was like, "He reads like such a Berkeley guy, like such a
Mhm.
Bay Area dude," and I was like, 1,000. Like, as
Yeah.
soon as that happened, because he's just like, "Bruh, bruh, blah," and he
Yeah.
just felt like he was just, like, basically, like, bruh just was, like, putting down and drink and, like, I was just like, "Oh my god, you just look like a tech bro."
Yeah.
And also you've got and like I will give this to her is like you've got this girl who is straddling two very different cultures.
Mm.
Like in America, she's nobody in America would judge her for meeting up with a guy friend with her girlfriends and like drinking at a bar. that is college. That is what you do.
Yeah.
Right. Whether you're dating
That
somebody or
COVID has a
not.
curfew, and the curfew threw me.
Right.
Curfew kept throwing me.
Curfew is wild.
Yes.
Oh
And I
my
don't,
God.
I don't know, like,
wow.
according to her bio, which you got from Marie Claire, her home base sounded like it was America, but she has a curfew when she's in Korea. So who is she staying with when she's in Korea?
I think her parents, because they talked about how she's going to Seoul National University right now.
Right.
And she's basically on exchange back to SNU, old SNU. And so I'm guessing she's living probably at home. Would make the most sense.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know. And like, he certainly doesn't give off like hardcore virgin vibes.
No.
It just felt like I don't know. I was not as endeared. A lot of people were like, oh my God, they're so cute. I love them. I was like, this feels, I mean, I do think it's real. Like, I don't think they're faking it for TV.
Right. Okay.
But it feels very self-aware that like they are on TV. And how would you not? Like, that's probably a good thing, I would say. I think it's better to be cautious.
Yeah, no, that sounds sweet. It sounds like I've seen some clips of them from the last 2 episodes, and it does seem like they genuinely like each other, but it does seems like they're navigating a lot. There's like a lot they're bringing a lot of outside influences into just like, do you like me? I like you. Let's date. Like, it's like, they're bringing in so much other junk that it's like making it muddy.
I do love that trope of like, she fell first, he fell harder, and it's giving that. And that's always a fun, like, that's like a romance trope that's always great. Cause like, she was into him first, she was wearing the hoodie all the time, and he was kind of like, whatever, like, she's cute, but like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, playing around. And then when he locked in, it felt like he was like, and that was fun.
Didn't he say if she didn't pick him for the end that he was going to throw himself in the ocean?
He said he was going to he was just going to jump into the sea. And it's like, buddy, that's so cute. I do think he genuinely likes her because, again, I don't think they would have like tried to make this work afterwards. Like, plenty of them just didn't.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty common not to. It's, in fact, the norm is not to.
Yeah. So the fact that they're still trying is sweet. I mean, they should. She's like, when they revealed that she's from Carnegie Mellon, I was honestly like, girl, what are you doing with like a dusty ex-baseball player? Like, Carnegie Mellon. Like, if you're not from America and you're not like, Carnegie Mellon's Ivy League, right?
It's not Ivy League, but it's
because like,
Ivy League
it's
is
very prestigious.
Specific, but it's like, it's a very prestigious. And then that was funny because the judges were like, oh shit. Like, they saw that there was like this like thing about it, and they were basically like, oh, maybe that's like a big deal in America. And I'm like, yeah, it's like ranked as like, it's like one of the top universities globally, and it's like very STEM based, right? Like, that's what I knew about it. Is like, it's like a STEM pantheon.
Yeah, if someone says to me, I went to Carnegie Mellon, I'm like, oh, so you're like smart, like smart,
and rich.
Like, you're smart and rich. Like, I'm like, that's why as soon as she said she did IS at Carnegie Mellon, I was like, holy balls. Like, I seriously was blown away.
And that was like, also Sam Lee was like, when he was just like, all right, like, my people, like, because he was
like, my smart ass.
I know.
People.
And then she starts
like,
speaking English. Like, I'm like, okay, so here's like, she could have flexed that like so much earlier.
Well, that's
like
another thing too.
Hyunjae too. Like, Hyunjae never spoke like,
like,
he
Mina
speaks all these
Su's,
languages.
Like, wants everyone to know she speaks English. And then there's like Hyunjae and Heesun, who are like perfectly capable of speaking English. And but then, I mean, that could have been editing, but it's not like they were like forthcoming.
Heesun very much came off like she was keeping some of that up her sleeve, which is actually cooler. It's cooler to not flex that shit.
She's so cool.
Okay, and then I do want to talk about one couple though. So like, it is unusual. Like, so there are currently, so we don't know what's happening with Egon and Go-eun. They could just be like ripping each other's clothes off right now because that's what it seems like they want to do.
I do want to get to that. We will talk about that.
But just before we move on, I do want to touch on what to me was the underrated romance, which I found very charming. It just took me by surprise, but it felt just so chill that I liked it. And that was Ju Young and Jae-jin. And so in the reunion, like, they basically are like, we are still in touch. And like, basically they're like giving them, like, they're not like, yeah, but they were like, it was obvious they were a couple. And they gave like very natural vibes. Like I felt like the other two are acting like, you know, like a little Pride and Prejudice. Like you can see my elbow and like, woo, this is exciting. And like I touched your hand and like it's made my life. Whereas they were giving kind of like what I would consider more just like contemporary couple dating dynamics that just felt like chill and that they enjoyed each other's company. And I don't know, I watched them without stress and it was
Same.
nice.
Same.
They seemed like a very
cute.
effortless couple. I mean, to be honest, both of them seemed like really nice, down to earth, honest people, like sincere, honest people. Like they were both very charming, I thought. So I completely agree. Like that was a couple where I was like, it didn't feel like they would like flame fast and burn out. Like it really seemed like, oh, they could actually probably really build something, I think.
And it's funny, I was off put from her at the beginning for one of the things when she was like, I was known as the goddess of my school. And I'm just always like, the way they always like talk themselves up at the beginning, I'm always like, oh, it's so cringe. And then like that, so that one got me and I was kind of like, oh, not her. But then I was like, I actually really enjoyed her. Yeah. And they both had like some artistic flair.
Yeah.
And they seemed to they were a vibe. And you know, I also want to give a shout. Somebody said, Heather CK said, who was your favorite underrated contestant and why was it Hyunjae?
Yeah, he was a really cool dude.
I know. He was so funny in the reunion. Like, just so funny and charming.
Who loves his parents and is emotionally stable. Like, come on.
And he has a good job.
Yeah.
I was like, and he like clearly, like someone said, Hyunjae didn't get a girl, but he got like a best bro and a LinkedIn connection with Sam Lee. They were like, as soon as Hyunjae learned that like Sam Lee was like basically in like STEM or whatever, you could tell he was like so excited. And I was like, I really hope they kept in touch and they're like best buds. Because they seem to have a lot in common.
Dates out of it. Like how he showed up. I'm like, now you're gonna be out and people are gonna be like, you were cute. Like you were cute and non-problematic.
He came across very well in the show. I thought he came across very well.
Even when like and he crushed on Ju-young the whole time. And even when he took her to paradise, like that last time, he full on was like, I feel like shit. Like, I feel like I stole her away. Like,
yeah,
you know,
self-aware.
Like very self-aware. Very self-aware. And just, but like then, like, charming, funny, nice to everybody. Like, just, yeah, I loved him.
I agree. Okay, and then let's just talk about the love square that we had.
I was so bored with it. I was so
bored with it too. But I will say, from the very beginning, I was like, how is Go-on not the main character? Like, in all honesty, like, how was she not the main character? It took a little bit for some of the guys to come around, but they did because she has a really cool charm about her. And the like sexy pictures they had to take, I was actually like blown away by how hot she was. I was actually like, holy shit, she is one of the hottest women they've ever had on the show. I mean, just stunning. And I was surprised by her choice of picking Sungmin. Sungmin was so like, this is the thing about him is I could tell in the reunion he was almost irritated when he's watching these scenes with her and Egon, and he's like, I think he felt like, why
he's like, I'm falling for Egon.
Well, I think he was like, why did you lead me on and why did you pick me? Because I think he felt like he was like, I look like a dummy.
You look like a doofus, kind of.
He did look like a doofus, and it's not his fault. Like, and now I feel bad because I was so like, Sungmin, go away. Like, I just wanted him to go away towards the end of the show. And now I'm kind of like, well, I get why he didn't, because Go-on was like, basically being like, yeah, I'm interested in you. She wasn't letting him know that I fucked Egon at the pool for hours. I mean, she did not like, and then she chose him. And I think once he saw the whole like first episode, he's like, or not when he was watching this season in the reunion, I think he was blown away. He's like, why did you choose me?
But I get why she did. I get why she didn't choose Egon. Because she wanted from Egon what Sungmin was giving her. which is basically like flat out, I like you. Like, I am interested in you. Whereas Egon did not know how to do that. Like, he was
See,
hot
I
as
think
fuck.
he did.
See, I don't think she wanted clear words. Like, she
I
said
think
to him,
she's
I
used
want
to being like, I mean, look at her.
pursued.
Yes,
Pursued.
look at her. She was used to being like, you will come to me. Like,
Yeah.
she was used to that. And he talked about how, like, the whole time. Like, and I know that they
And
edited
that was weird. Like, that was
It
weird.
was, but I still am like, they talked about what they would be like in relationships.
Yeah.
And I think at one point he said they were in the pool and he said, I like you. He
But
said
then they go
it.
back. They go
She
back, and
felt-
as soon as they get into the kitchen, he goes, "How I missed you," and like walks right past.
I
He
guess.
just
Go
feels
on.
like she's a girl who's never, ever, ever come in second to shit. And she was like, I kind of don't want to like play on this one either. And I think she like chose her pride. And I kind of got that too. Like in the show, she's like, if she was thinking who's she going to pick, it's going to be like, look, am I going to be with this guy who very well might just be like fuckboy actor, like
Right.
whatever, or am I going to go with this? And then I'm going to look a little bit more like I'm not into it, but like this is a better choice for me and my brand, which is what I think she was choosing.
I think that's what she
But
did.
then I
too.
think that what it appeared to be is after that, they both just kept being like, but damn.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't believe that I sat there and watched. First of all, I can't believe they gave that to us, where they literally videotaped this dinner and drinks they had, and I watched the entire half hour.
Same.
Of them, again, eye fucking each other from across the table and flirting, and I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this, but I am, and I love it, and I have never seen like the chemistry between these two people. Like, what are you doing?
It was real.
It was so, and that's when I was like, oh, so Egon, I maybe originally was there to like be kind of like a Dex and just like launch his career, but I fully like he didn't have to come back and have this drink with her. Like I fully believe that he was like, wow, like I really liked her. And I started to feel a little bad for Sungmin. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope you're doing
to have
okay.
to watch that, absolutely. To have to watch that pool date.
I would have just felt like a bozo that got picked, that like was just picked because you were the safety, that was just going to be like not embarrassing to her.
That's 100% what it was. It was the safe, self-respecting choice.
And the hosts, when she chose him,
I know.
Like that whole host room was just like,
what? Because it's wild.
Didn't Dex like fall off his chair?
Yeah.
He like slid to his knees.
And also like Egon in like, you know what? It worked on me. His whole stunt
100%.
put him in a fucking drama. He was good in the trunk. Like I remember thinking
he was very good in the trunk.
I remember thinking this dude is hot, like crazy hot. His job was again to be her fuck toy. He looked great doing it. He kind of did have like an interesting character though too. Like he did have a personality, a distinct, and I thought he did a great job.
Yeah.
So I give him another role. But I mean, he was on Netflix. Like he was on The Trunk with Gang Yu.
I think he's going to do just fine. I'm expecting to see him on a drama like
Me too.
Momentarily.
I did see that Im Soo-bin might be in a drama with Kim Woo-bin. I don't know if you saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was far less compelling to me, but that's okay.
He was cute, but he was a little boring on the show.
Yeah, he's reportedly cast to star in it's like about baseball players. It's about baseball players. And it's with Kim Woo-bin. So I don't know. Reportedly though. So we'll see. Because I've seen a lot of like I see that a lot. I saw like Dex was cast in no, he's not. Like, so you never know what.
Just put Joey Gone in everything, please.
Please.
And like he's a grown up too. So give him like a real romance.
I mean, that's the best part. I was like, oh my God, we have a man. We have a man on the screen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. To Singles Inferno producers.
All right. Well, to wrap it up, I have like one question to kind of like leave it out the door with.
Yeah.
Which is so one of the producers, Kim Jae-won, has said they're aiming for season 10 and hoping it becomes the longest running dating show in Korea. What does Singles Inferno need to do to stay fresh for 5 more seasons?
If I see one more game with those fucking tails and those fucking hats, I am going to lose my shit. I'm going to lose my shit. Stop it with that game.
Agree.
I want to see more Survivor stuff. Like, I want to actually go back to having them cooking. Like, what's this eating out of the tin shit? Like, I want to go back to like making food and watching them like do their stuff. And I don't care. Like, it doesn't have to be on a campfire. I don't care if it's just like on a stove and they just like plug it in. They've got power. But like, that kind of stuff in Inferno is like relationally, like just doing stuff kind of naturally will create like connections and conversation. And I would like to see just more of that. Like, yeah. And so going back, like now that they just crack their tins of cold shit and eat it, I'm like, that just looks like
they're just eating chicken breasts out of a can. I'm like, what are we doing? I totally agree. I mean, I feel like there is the part of sometimes of Inferno that drives me a little crazy is that they have an entire like primp tent where they have their straighteners and they have their makeup. Maybe don't let them do that much. Why do we need designer labels on the beach? You know, like why make it a little rougher? Honestly, make it a little rougher.
Inferno. Like make getting to go to paradise an actual treat, which it is. Yes, it is, because you're going with somebody that you might be interested in, but make it like, because then when you have the games, you're like competing not just to like go on a date with somebody, but you're competing to get off the fucking island where you can't use your straightener or whatever it is.
Why are we letting them have straighteners? I got to be honest, like, why do they need to primp so much?
Probably so that they can attract the people that they want to be like, we're always going to be showing you in the best light and you're not going to have any embarrassment. And I think there is a lot of face saving. Like, we have to remember, like, they want to look good. But I do think that, like, yeah, so, like, what is it and what's gonna make it more interesting? I think what they're gonna do from this is they're gonna see what happened with I think we could start to get into some real jump the shark, so they're gonna have some choices to make because I think they're gonna see what happened with Mina Sue and be like, "Look, that got good ratings," and we're gonna start to see I don't want it to become more where, like, we have more problematic things happening because it makes for good TV. Because there's something relaxing about watching a show that you know isn't also going to just, like, show terrible people being terrible. Like, that's part of the reason I like Singles Inferno.
Yeah, same.
And so I think that you have to get back to, like, having some sense of real people doing real shit to some degree.
Yeah.
I also feel like it's a dating show, but it's not, right? Like we've already talked about the fact that there are 2 couples so far afterwards is like huge, but normally nobody actually finds a connection. And maybe that's by design. Maybe that's because people get like their tunnel vision and it's one person the whole way, right? But when we look and see what happens with things like a game changer, like Eagle and Coming, and like, uh, people changing their interests and stuff, I think I would like to see, rather than it always being a popularity contest, let's make them go on blind dates. Especially if you're stuck in Inferno, like, if you don't get picked to go to paradise, then we've got our couples who are at paradise, then everyone in Inferno is just like sitting in the kitchen eating out of their tins. What if the people who are who stay, like, then you got to pick out of a hat and you got to go have like a lunch date with this person or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, let's pair people up more with different people.
Yes. Instead they're like,
rather
can I talk
than
to you?
All the leftovers just sitting in the kitchen.
It's like, can I talk to you? Okay, but now I want to talk to you. Okay, but
so
now
like
can I talk to
dating,
you?
Like,
instead
forcing them to get together, like that forced mingling speed dating.
Yes.
Like, there needs to be more stuff like that.
And we've said that before. There needs to be
been consistent.
I know there needs to be more forced mingling so these people do not get tunnel vision. It drives me
insane. And then like
insane.
like we don't want to see these people like who just sit on the sides. We always have people like them that just end up kind of like freezing and not knowing what to do and then just sitting on the sides like, I'm awkward and I don't know like how to engage. Like, bring them in, mix them in.
And with the odd numbers and poor like Sam having to like sit out of a game and not even get it, like
the dumbest.
Yeah.
Dumb.
And I would say one more thing too. I would like to see more footage of the friendships that are formed. I truly, I really wish they would do that. I want to see different friendships. And I kind of don't understand why we still don't get that. I know it's a dating show, but like we can clearly see who's like buddying up, and it would be cool.
It's fun. Like we care about that stuff. Like that's what you're tuning in for. And the other thing is for the reunion, I'm sure it's because people are busy, but like, look, you're making Netflix money, like make it worth their while. I want to see the hosts get in front of contestants. Like I want to see an exchange of hosts and contestants. Like I thought they were going to like talk to like, instead they just sit like it's all very removed, like they're gone. I think it would be funny to see some of them like around each other.
And then it literally, it's a 6-episode reunion. It's too much. They have them in this house, but then it just ends. Like there's no conclusion to it. It just
it ended
stops.
So like that was wildly bad.
It ended like in the middle of a conversation. It was just like done.
Yeah. And like there was no follow up with like what happened with Egon and Gaon. And then like, you had them all in this like dinner date thing. And then that was just it. And it was like, okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, this could have been an email. Like, it was pointless. And also, I felt like it was uncomfortable. Like, having Go-eun sit there with, like, the 3 of them. Also, just, like, I was like, okay. I mean, like, they're trying to find uncomfortable things to push a little bit for making it compelling TV. But it's not as compelling as you think it is.
Right. And it's already over, so it's not going to change.
And it's just awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think we've, season 6 is coming.
Look, we're still going to watch it. We're going to watch season 6. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We're going to be on it. So we're going to keep watching, even if it is 10 seasons.
I'm going to be there till Dex is gone.
Same.
Which should never happen.
Which will never happen.
We didn't talk about them at all. I love the hosts. Yeah. I'm here as much for the hosts as I am for everything else that happens on the show. I will say the hosts have great chemistry. I love all of them. They're so much fun.
Jin Kyung and Lee Da-hee, I think they're very cute together. They seem to have a really cute dynamic with each other, the 2 women, and I love them.
They're so funny.
They're so funny together. Jin Kyung's facial expressions are incredible. Like I want to speak to her privately so bad. Like
she has no poker face.
No poker face. She clearly has met Amina Sue and wasn't impressed. Like she is like
so funny.
Yeah. So
I keep bringing up this drama like whenever I can, but she is in Legend of the Blue Sea.
Oh, I remember.
And I just love her in it.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched her in that, go do it.
Well, we will be there for the next one. Let us know what you think about this season. Are you going to tune in for season 6? Let us know. But we'll be there.
I just hope, I hope it stays toxic I hope it does not get toxic.
No toxicity.
All right. Well, from us and H2O.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Annyeong.
See you next time. Annyeong.
Kamsahamnida. Thank you for listening to Afternoona Delight. Where can you find us outside the pod? Head on over to afternoonadelight.com. That's AFTERNOONADELIGHT.com. You'll find links to all our social media, our book recs, K-pop and K-skincare recs, and if you want even more Afternoona Delight, because really who doesn't, you can join our Patreon, where you can choose the patron level that's right for you. Join in daily K-drama conversations, listen to bonus podcast episodes just for patrons, and participate in our monthly live K-drama support group via Zoom. We can't wait for you to be a part of the community. Until next time, annyeong!